Your palms are getting sweaty. Your knees are weak. Your arms are heavy. There's vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Congratulations! If you're watching this video right now! Have a brain? Got one? Yeah? Or rather, you are a brain. You are a brain that pilots this bone mech that wears a fleshy plate mail. Millenniums have been spent making sure that you live in complete luxury within your meaty self. However, outside forces shake your delicate balance. Other mechs threaten your livelihood, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Some wield weapons that pierce your armor and get straight into the streams of internal life-saving energy. Others attempt to whittle you down from the inside with viral spies and poisonous legions. But only one type of mech, the one that you're riding right now, can get to you from the brain. The process is called suggestion. It's not used by many, but it is quite a powerful power. To explain it simply, it's a force that creates a silent cut straight to the brain that suggests for you to lower your defenses in some way. Some see this as just a cool party trick, but the power can easily be used for malice. Certified hypnotist John Monyavi said in his article, Hypnosis in Animals, on johnmonyavi.com. Right there is Yavi. Because predators can spot movement, freezing is an inborn survival mechanism. In general, a sudden fright or shock can cause animals, including humans, to have a death faint or to freeze. Some theories assert that hypnosis in humans triggers this primitive response when the procedure demands so much focus that the rest of the environment is reduced or eliminated. Generally speaking, though, this malicious side of suggestion won't be affecting you anytime soon. However, it does raise a far greater question. What is suggestion, and what does it do to your brain? Now, obviously there isn't just one type of suggestion, but for the sake of this video, we will only be talking about suggestion in a broader sense, as well as two of its subdivisions, being hypnosis and the placebo effect. Let's start with hypnosis, shall we? Hypnosis is what most people think about when they hear suggestion. This is your swinging pocket watch, snapping fingers, eyes heavy, chicken strips mentality. It doesn't matter how it begins. All that is important is what it does to you and your brain. In an article titled,
Hypnotic Suggestions Reduces Conflict in the Human Brain,
uploaded onto
the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America.
Longer names make for more reliable sources. The scientists
Amir Raz Jenfan, Michael A. Ponza,
wrote about the correlation between the hypnotizability of a person and the interactions inside of their brain. How are we supposed to study this? With the Stroop test, of course. The Stroop test. A colored paper with words that are also colored. The goal? To say those colors in the shortest amount of time possible. The challenge? Let's find out. Hit the timer. Moving on. It turns out our vision prefers the complex over the simple, language over color. Sort of like every English class kind of teaches something when you think about it long enough. But I prefer not to think. I want it to be easy. I want someone else to do the work. I want to be hypnotized. But we aren't Vsauce. We have 0% of the footage for free. So let's see what happened in the film of... Let's see what happened in the PNAS study, Game! This game's winner is... Hypnotizable people! Yeah, it seems that being in a hypnotic trance inhibits your frontal lobe, making it easier to do the Stroop test. On the downside, you won't be able to read as well doing in hypnosis, so use it wisely. Well, that was a pretty stupid diversion. So let's take it a step further. Placebos aren't as popular as hypnosis, but it can often be way more powerful. The placebo effect makes the human mind do all the work. Countless studies have been made about the effect, and most come to the conclusion that the brain makes things up to match what it has been told previously. Despite being in an age of modern medicine, doctors still prescribe placebos. Why? Let's find out. According to Harvard Health Publishing's The Power of the Placebo Effect, how placebos work is still not quite understood, but it involves a complex neurobiological reaction that includes everything from increases in feel-good neurotransmitters like endorphins and dopamine to greater activity in certain brain regions linked to moods, emotional reactions, and self-awareness. All of it can have therapeutic benefit. The placebo effect is a way for your brain to tell the body what it needs to feel better, says Kopchuk. That was a lot of quote. To make it easier on us, the placebo effect just makes your brain
Boom, bow, bum, bum, boom.
feel good.
Oh, there goes all of our money. Great.
The study also goes into why a placebo doesn't mean the failure of medicine, but rather a cost-effective way to heal someone. The placebo effect also works within your frontal lobe, a lot like hypnosis, but instead of numbing the mind, it heightens certain processes to heal or harm the body. If you believe it, it's gonna happen. Did you film this off? That's cool and all, but why should I know about both of them? Isn't this a video about suggestion? What does one do that the other cannot? Why am I asking questions I already know the answer to? All this and more are rhetorical questions. Get back in! To figure out why I've spent the last time talking to you about hypnosis and placebos, I compiled a list to tell you about the differences.
Isn't that Dave?
Who's Dave? That's a lot. Okay, look. Here we have ourselves a 4-bullet point list. Let's start with the first number. Placebos are built around suggestion on a scale of 1 to 10 for how sneaky it is. I give it a generic rating. On the other hand, hypnosis would probably get a Dragon Quest slime out of 10. You aren't really going to notice a placebo because it takes the place of something else. But hypnosis shoves itself into a predicament and introduces new elements. Number 2, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want on your prefrontal cortex is somebody else's suggestion. But as it turns out, that might be what you get. Placebos require your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that judges your personality and emotion, while hypnosis uses that part to its liking. Now, coming in at number 3, we got us a deal breaker. Placebos require a physical amplifier, a colored liquid, a big pill, something or other. Hypnosis, on the other hand, requires only movements and reactions. No goop needed. Finally, let's pull a square root and head back to number 2, because that's the big one. Placebos need your prefrontal cortex, while hypnosis uses it to its advantage. If there's one thing I want you to get out of this, don't do this, is that you should nullify your prefrontal cortex if you want to be unhypnotizable. So, what was our original question again? Oh yeah! What is suggestion and what does it do to your brain? In order to answer this question, we're going to run through some exercises. But first, we need some settings set up for you. Let's see. Make sure your eyes don't feel too itchy. Blinking does help with that. Relax your jaw. It's often that tensing your jaw will not let this exercise work. Let's see. Make sure to steady your breathing in order for this exercise to have the greatest effect. One last thing. Your tongue is probably against the roof of your mouth at this moment. That's not very helpful for this exercise, so make sure it's somewhere in the middle, maybe at the bottom if you want. We're gonna be doing something with that. Okay.
Yo, man, you want a Coke?
I don't want a Coke, Grandpa. Congratulations. If you reacted to any of that, then you've been suggested upon. You might be asking yourself, what? It's really that simple. Suggestion works by putting down the brain's guard and capitalizing on it. To go back to our original source by John Mangiabi, some theories assert that hypnosis in humans triggers this primitive response when the procedure demands so much focus that the rest of the environment is reduced or eliminated. In its most basic form, suggestion is channeling into our primitive fight or flight responses. Human evolution has taken us to the moon and back, but it still becomes disturbed if something moves in just the wrong way. Your brain, with all of its wrinkles and nerve connections, is still in the same form that it might have been thousands upon thousands of years ago. In conclusion, your brain isn't spaghetti. It's more like lasagna. Alexa, remind me to never do a scripted video again!
This is the end. Everybody's dead. Let's do this. Yes.